Welcome to Defense News Plus. As per news from Business Standard, the future of the Indian Air Force's 110 Jaguar fighters is hanging in the balance. The Indian Air Force has regarded the Jaguar as underpowered since it entered into service in late 1970. The twin Rolls-Royce Adore 804 or 811 engines has reduced the aircraft thrust by almost 15 to 20%, causing the Jaguar fighter jets facing difficulty in carrying out its required combat role, flying low and fast deep into enemy territory, bombing its ground target accurately in a single pass and then screaming back to its base, averting adversaries' defense systems. The IAF's 110 Jaguar fighters will start phasing out by 2024, with all of them supposed to be retired by 2030. This would seriously disrupt the IAF 6 squadron gap. The Rolls-Royce has proposed refurbishing the Jaguar's power plant by replacing worn-out engine components with brand new replacements from the Adore 871 engines that Hindustan Aeronautics Limited builds in Bangalore for the Hawk trainer. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Indian Air Force officials both agree refurbishing the old Adore engine will be significantly cheaper than retrofitting the new Honeywell engine. Next update, as per news from TASS, Deputy Prime Minister Yuri Borisov stated on Wednesday that the SU-57 stealth fighter will have a two-seat version. Sukhoi developed the 5th generation SU-57 fighter as an export variant. United Aircraft Corporation started to project the SU-57 in the international market that has just entered into Russian Air Force. Rostec said the two-seat version could be used to lower the psychological stress of inexperienced pilots. The SU-57 could be the first 5th generation two-seater fighter jet. Lockheed Martin did not develop the F-22 and F-35 as two-seater fighter. Instead, simulators of extensive automation systems are used to train pilots where a second crew member is required. China may partner with Russia in developing the two-seat version of the J-20 stealth fighter. Next update, as per news from Economic Times, a set of critical desert trials including direct fire in day and night on tank-sized, sustained firing of 60 rounds per hour test for 5-round burst and a rapid fire rate of 50 rounds in 3 minutes of the indigenous advanced la'uट artillery gun started this week to determine whether it meets standards of safety and performance as per the army parameters. Firing in a variety of modes and terrains under extreme condition will be examined after the trials. The indigenous advanced la'uट artillery gun system being developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization in collaboration with Bharat Forge and Tata Power ACD in 2016 that has completed the development and is presently under PSQR or Weapons Procurement and Qualitative Requirements trial to finalize the final configuration of the gun system. After the summer trial, orders can be placed in the industry, following which the system will be operational in the armed forces. The ATAGS is part of the Army's Field Artillery Rationalization Plan to procure the 155mm 52 caliber la'uट artillery system. The Israeli Athos of Elbit system emerged as a lowest bidder, and it was to supply 400 guns and indigenous production of another 1180 guns by the Ordnance Factory Board under Make in India initiative on full transfer of technology. Later, the army changed its plans to purchase only 400 Athos guns, but the DRDO opposed strongly, saying the ATAGS is better than any other gun in the world and the weapon of the future. If the ATAGS is ordered, both private firms will get orders, but the lowest bidder would get the largest share of around 60% or more. Both guns of Bharat Forge and Tata Power ACD have the same performance parameter, and the final contract will be awarded based on the cost cited. Next update, we have given news earlier that around 100 Hindustan Aeronautics Limited employees have died due to the corona pandemic, and more than 4,000 employees forced to be in home isolation or in hospital affected by the COVID infection. The LCA-AF MK2 program is badly hit by the pandemic. The MSME private supply chain has been hit by the COVID-19 virus. LCA Tejas MK2 metal cutting has been started earlier this year. Many private supply chains have requested an extension to the supply of components and machines for AF Mk2, which is supposed to roll out in August 2022, which has been further delayed in early 2023. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited officials are still hopeful the first flight of Tejas AF Mk2 will be started in 2023. Most of the components like avionics, life support equipments and engines are already in the country. The development work of some equipments like domestic AESA radar and electronic warfare suit is still going on. Next update as per the news from Navbharat Times. Amid the continuing standoff with China at the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh and an increased deployment of troops in hilly areas, the army is looking at purchasing special clothing and mountaineering equipment. The army projected figures of purchasing of 17 types of special clothing and mountaineering equipment from the Indian manufacturers under the Make in India initiative. Presently, most of these equipments and items are imported from other countries. As per the recent import ban list last month, special clothing and mountaineering equipments will have to be purchased from domestic market from January 2023. According to the latest list, the army has projected annual requirement of 50,000 to 90,000 sets of extreme cold weather clothing system and special sleeping bags, rucksacks, summer suit for high altitude area, multi-purpose boots, snow goggles, sets of extreme cold weather clothing system and special sleeping bags, 12,000 special woolen socks, about 3 lakh sets of 2 or 3 layer gloves, about 500 high altitude pulmonary edema chambers mandatory for providing emergency treatment to soldiers deployed in the extreme weather conditions. Along with this, the army has projected an annual requirement of 3,000 to 5,000 avalanche airbags and avalanche victim detectors, which will be procured from the domestic manufacturer under Make in India initiative. In another update, as per news from the print, China's PLA has started recruiting local unemployed youth in Tibet to form a volunteer militia along the border from the Yadong County located opposite Sikkim and other neighboring areas in the region. India should keep an eye on it all the time. The recruitment drive continues. The volunteer militia is being deployed as the standoff between India and China continues. President Xi Jinping said, to govern the country well, we must first govern the frontiers well, and to govern the frontiers well, we must first ensure stability in Tibet. The Tibetan youths could be deployed as reinforcement for the regular Chinese army. As per intelligent inputs, this April, the China has ramped up recruitment drives in the Tibet region to form a special Tibetan army unit. That's it for today. If you like our work, then please hit the like button, share this video and do subscribe this channel to get the notification of the next video. Thank you.